Hello students, today we'll begin with another topic, that is chemical equations, its types and how to balance a chemical equation. To explain the reaction between zinc and sulfuric acid, we say zinc reacts with dilute sulfuric acid to form zinc sulfate and give out hydrogen gas. This is a very long sentence that we have to write. Same situation exists for any other reaction. As we have to study a large number of reactions, we must therefore follow some shorthand method of representing a chemical reaction. There are two ways of representing a chemical reaction. First is the word equation. For example, the above reaction may be represented in the form of word equation as zinc plus sulfuric acid gives us zinc sulfate and hydrogen. Thus, the names of the reactants are written on the left hand side with a plus sign between them. The names of the products are written on the right hand side with a plus sign between them. An arrow is put between the reactants and the products such that the direction of the arrowhead is from reactants to products. Next type is, short form is in terms of symbols and formula, that is chemical equation. Chemical equation. Even the above method of writing a chemical reaction is not too short. A still shorter and faster method is used by writing symbols and formulae of the different reactants and products in place of their names. Thus, the above reaction can be represented as Zn plus H2SO4 gives us ZnSO4 plus H2. This is called a chemical equation. Now, if I want to define it, it can be defined as the shorthand method of representing a chemical reaction in terms of symbols and formulae of different reactants and product is called a chemical equation. Now, consider this equation. Now, I'll count the number of atoms on both the sides. This is the left hand side. This is the right hand side. The atoms are, first is zinc. We are having hydrogen. We are having sulfur, we are having oxygen. Now I'll count the number of atoms on both the sides. If I'll count the number of zinc atom on both the sides, on left hand side the number of zinc atom is 1. On right hand side the number of zinc atom is 1. Now let's come to hydrogen. The number of hydrogen atoms on this side is 2. The number of hydrogen on right hand side is 2. Next is sulfur. The number of sulfur atom on this side is 1 only. And number of sulfur atom on this side is again 1. Number of oxygen atoms on this side is 4. Number of oxygen atom on right hand side is 4. Such kind of chemical equation in which number of atoms of each element on both sides are equal are called a balanced chemical equation. Balanced chemical equation. Now let us take another example. For example, I am having potassium chlorate, that is KClO3. It breaks down to form KCl, that is potassium chloride, plus oxygen gas. Now count the number of atoms on both the sides, left hand side and right hand side. Potassium, chlorine and oxygen. Now if I'll count the number of potassium atoms on both the sides, 1 and 1. Number of chlorine atoms on both the side, here on left hand side I am having 1 chlorine atom, on right hand side I am having 1 chlorine atom. Now oxygen, on left hand side I am having 3 atoms of oxygen, on right hand side we are having 2 atoms of oxygen. Such an equation in which the number of atoms of different elements is not equal on both the sides. In this case, number of potassium and chlorine atoms are same, but number of oxygen atoms are not same. Such kind of reaction is known as unbalanced or skeletal equation. Now we will learn how to balance the unbalanced chemical equation.